Subhanallah, Allah Allah, Allah Allah, Allah Allah, Sultan Allah. Sen sultan ya Rabbi, biz aciz kullarız. Medet destur. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Evet. Anybody wants to say something? Now? No. Okay. Let's listen a little bit. Let's listen. What they will send to us and to the people who's listening. One good thing with this technology, and now in these days, people, they sit in their own house. They don't want to go anywhere. Only time they go out to shopping centers. When it comes to the Allah way, it's very hard for them. Difficult. So it's better that I sit home. Because they all became separated from each other. But Allah saying, the blessing is coming with the Jamaat, the group of people. Maybe every one of them there is wrong. Maybe one good servant sitting among them. Or maybe they're all wrong, but they have good intention, and Allah sends one of His beloved one among them. They don't have to appear physically too. They just come and sit. Because they are there, the blessing coming. And the blessing and rahmat overtakes those people. They are, whatever is in their heart good, overtakes those two. So wake up. We enter through one door, we're going out from the other side. Eizu billahi minesh shaitani rajim. This shaitan is very busy in these days. More busier than before. But he trained so many humans as saying, I am sitting now and watching. If all the shaitans will be removed from the earth, there is people on the earth living at, they can do the job of 70 shaitan, not one. That's how good they have been trained. But their time came to end too. Don't look at the mixed up situation in the world and to fall into that hopelessness, to think that the kufr already taking over. No, never. Never happened that way. Never is going to be. But it look, yes, it look that way now. Just because Holy Prophet saying, alayhi salatu wassalam, in Ahir Zaman, time of Jababira will enter. The tyrant's time will come. And saying, those ones who know something, pull back. Says, don't interfere. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the power and the authority, the physical power and the authority of this world to the hand of unbelievers. And almost everywhere in the world, people who's going to be the ruling, and they're going to rule the world, is going to be from unbelievers. They're going to be tyrants. Even those that they call themselves believers, they're going to say, believe according to their own head, according to their own mind, according to their own understanding. Understanding? That's why the whole world now running and saying, we want freedom, more freedom, more freedom. Since when that happened? Since when that people, they start running in the streets to say, we want more freedom. We want freedom to elect our own presidents. We want freedom to elect our own masters. Since when that happened? Since the Khilafat came down. And Muslims, they have adopted different lifestyle. Our words is to Muslims. I'm not speaking to non-Muslims. If it's for non-Muslims, different. But let's say, Eyzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Medet ya Seyyidi Sultanul Evliya medet. Say, eşhedü en la ilahe illallah ve eşhedü enne Muhammeden abduhu ve resuluhu sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. The whole secret, it is in this word. And Islam is just have been came and sent to every nation and to every people on the face of earth. And it is enough for everyone. Whatever you look, it is inside Islam. There is nothing that you're going to look that Islam has no answer to it and to show you to the right direction. Islam. And for 1400 years, Islam has ruled. Starting from Holy Prophet ﷺ, one individual in the desert, one man, one children of Adam. When the world has fallen into darkness, when the whole world falling into deepless trouble, endless trouble, when the Christianity and the Judaism, they have moved out from their main road, and they start inventing and making religion according to their own head. Then Allah Jalla wa Ala Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, when the whole world falling into darkness, from the desert of Arabia, all the way reaching to Byzantines, going to Kisras in Egypt and everywhere, reaching to Persia, everywhere, when people, they became tyrants to themselves, when everywhere more Pharaohs rising their head everywhere, then Allah Jalla wa Ala sending His last and the most beloved prophet in desert. One individual. He didn't came with tons of books. He didn't know nothing about Tevrat or Injil. He didn't study in the schools. He didn't go to any priest or any rabbi or any here, there to learn their religion. But in very short time, he started speaking to them from their book, what their book was saying, and showing direction to them. And anyone who reach and who hold on tightly to that one, they find safety. Anyone who left that one, they find disaster to themselves in dunya and right now in the grave. Right this minute. They are in the grave right now. How you think they are? How you think the life of Abu Jahl is now? Or Abu Lahab? Or so many Abu Lahabs that after came, Abu Jahils that after came, copying and following their footsteps. How you think they are now? You think they are in safety? Or you think they have found trouble, endless, deepless trouble, that they made it to themselves because they have become disobedient to Allah and to His orders. And when Abu Jahl, his end came in the Badr war, Let's rewind a little bit back. Maybe everyone understands. When Holy Prophet ﷺ coming, one individual, and all the leaders of that time in that part of the world, all the rich one and the famous one, they ran away from him. They left him. Although that they knew that he was Muhammad al-Amin, the most trustworthy one. And they ran away from him. And they declare, they put their finger to him saying, this is no good. This one is no good. Why was no good? Up to 40 years old, he was good. He was Muhammad al-Amin. What has changed when he reached to 20, 30, 40, and he reached to 40 years of age? What has changed? They say he is a liar. How did he lie? 40 years he didn't lie. How did he lie? No, he didn't. But they have seen it that their agenda is going to come to an end. Their lordship is going to come to an end. Their dunya is going to come to an end. They're not going to be able to tyrannize people anymore with dunya, with the power that Allah has given to them. They have seen that that prophet, it's putting the interest, saying interest is under my feet. What do you think happens to the whole West and East today if you remove the interest? What will happen, you think? Oh, definitely, people, they live better life. Definitely. But they will not let that to happen, because that is their bloodline. That's how they sucking everything. So because of that, just one thing to show to you, because of that, they are saying Islam is no good. Just like Abu Jahl and the other ones they did. Why Abu Jahl rise against to the Prophet? He knew that he was right. But at the same time, if he support and if he says, yes, he is right, he has to leave that kind of foolish lifestyle. And he has to run to become one of the servants that's circling around the Prophet. And looking and learning how to be a servant to Allah. So he became the Firaun of that time. And so many like that. So what made them to become Firaun? Dunya. The attachment of this dunya, the materialistic life, is nothing else. Make them to become a slave to dunya, and shaitan reached to them, and they turn around, became a slave to shaitan. Not to be a servant to Allah, they became a slave to shaitan. Until now, that's continuing. So when Holy Prophet ﷺ, he is immigrating from Mecca, and he's moving to Medina, just to live his religion safely among the people that they have invited him there. Those animals that time in Mecca, they didn't stay alone. They said, no, we cannot leave him. How many miles between Mecca and Medina? You went so many times, you don't know? You don't know, mashallah. At least 200. More than that, but say, no, we cannot. And that time they have to go by foot, they have to go by camels and the horses. So now, say, no, we cannot leave them alone there. We should go to finish him there, because what the light that he put is going to spread here again. And they came to Badr war. When they came to Badr war, Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anhu, when Holy Prophet ﷺ in Mecca, the Surah Al-Rahman came, and he said, who is going to read this surah to the mushriks of Mecca? Going to Kaaba and reading to them. So many lines, they stay quiet, because going right in the Mecca, where the Kaaba around is, all the Firauns are, and to reading them about the Surah Al-Rahman, it takes so much power in their heart. And they know that all the Abu Jahils are going to rise against to them. And Ibn Masud radiallahu anh raised his hand saying, Ya Rasulullah, I will go. Ibn Masud was just a slave. And he was very weak physically too. But the knowledge that he is taking from the Prophet ﷺ, he is in the highest station among the Sahabe Kiram. So Ibn Masud saying, Ya Rasulullah, grant me the permission. So Prophet asked again, looking that Abu Jahl and his friends around, they look like animals, and Ibn Masud is such a small one. And when Ibn Masud saying second, third time, Holy Prophet saying to him, go and read to them. So Ibn Masud radiallahu anh came and he's saying to them, reading them the Surah Ar-Rahman, and saying, whichever the favors of your Lord can you deny? Whole world today, they are denying. Those Muslims, they are denying. Non-stop, they are complaining. Non-stop. So read Surah Ar-Rahman. Maybe some sense comes into your head and some love comes into your heart, thought to your Lord, and you stop complaining. That time you be able to compare what you have and what the rahmat that Allah is sending. Yes, we are separated from Quran Karim. They have separated us. These regimes, they make you to be separated from the Quran Karim. Even those ones who's reading in these days, they're just reading to make money. Reciting here and there, making money. So many imams, they go up there to read Quran Karim to make money. Yes. Anyway, handful of people, exception. So when Ibn Masud radiallahu anh, he is reciting Surah Ar-Rahman to them, Abu Jahl came and he said to him, oh slave, who are you to come here to speak like this? And smack him one time. Abu Jahl, physically, he was a big man. And when he heard him one time, the way that he heard him, he cut his ear off too. His ear just ripped off. Ibn Masud. And Ibn Masud radiallahu anh, coming to Prophet ﷺ, bleeding. And Holy Prophet is very sad, and the Sahabe Kiram is very sad. Understand the time that the people, they were spending in Mecca, how much torture was to them that time in Mecca. Today's Muslims, they are complaining 24 hours, that's true. Because they have no clue about their Prophet and about the Sahabe Kiram, what they went through to keep this religion and the foundation to reach to us. What they have give up. Yeah, you cannot give up from your luxury just once a week, 1 hour. That's true. And later they are claiming that they are best Muslims in the world. Yes. They are living the most of the luxury, 24 hours a day. And they became internet Muslims. They are giving fatwa to the whole world. Or those who's coming, later learning something, they're going around and teaching others that they also sink into so many wrong things. In the internet, giving fatwa back and forth, what is halal and what is haram, what is right and what is wrong. Look at yourselves and understand what you're doing to yourself. So Ibn Masud radiallahu anh coming, and he said, Holy Prophet is said, and the Sahabe Kiram is said, he is not said he is bleeding, but he is not said he did what Prophet said to him, what Prophet sent him to do. Alayhi salatu wassalam. And the Holy Prophet is very sad. And the Jibril alayhi salam came down and smiling and saying to him, Ya Jibril, me and the Sahabi, we are so sad about this matter that it just happened. I thought that you just came to say something, what's going to happen, but you are smiling. I thought that you will be sad with us together, understanding what had happened. And the Jibril alayhi salam is smiling, saying, you will see, Ya Rasulullah. Says, no permission now to show to you, but you will see why I'm smiling right now. So many people also, in every matter, they want to know instantly the situation that they are in or what is going to happen. Wait, be patient. Say, oh, I did so many things and it's never working. Be patient. Allah is under your order, or you are in the order of Allah. He's putting you through a test. The life is a test. You're not understanding? Yes, you're not. Why? Because the main important matter you are forgetting. You are forgetting the day of promises. Elestu bi rabbikum kalu bela. You're forgetting that part. Yes. That is the promise. That's what you give. Who's your Lord? You are our Lord. And we only worship you. And we ask help from you. Oh Muslims, today morning did you get up making intention to keep the promise to Allah? Is that why you live from morning until now? If you didn't, you are not keeping your promise. You are a liar. Yeah, get upset. Shaykh is calling me a liar. How do you dare? Yes, you are a liar. You didn't keep your promise to Allah. You can keep your promise to the whole world. So what? You're not keeping your promise to Allah. Allah Jalla wa Ala Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has created you and me for Himself. And if you are not keeping that promise, you're going to say you are keeping your promise to what? To unbelievers? Yes. People, they are so nervous so many times. When I say, don't do this, do this, they go, oh, Sheikh, but I'll break my promise to this person. Say, in this matter is okay. This okay. No, you are forcing me to do something wrong. No, I'm forcing you to do something right. I'm forcing you to remember your promise to Allah first. When you're remembering that promise, definitely you're going to change. So many things is going to change in your life. Your vision looking at to the world is going to change completely. And ask yourself sincerely, I got up this morning and I really went out. Why I did went out? Allah was in my heart. I was running to keep my promise to Allah here and there. You will know the answer by your own self. Nobody has to say anything to you. You will speak to your own self. Yes. So now, the whole secret is to remember. Go make a wudu. Don't put hard stuff here. I'm going to break somebody's head. They're sleeping over there from in this matter. Huh? I'm going to get a pallet gun soon. Wait. Where is my gun that draws water? I don't see it anymore here. At least let me start with the water. See it over there. No need now. So, we come back to Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh. So our promise is to Allah. Whatever happening in your life, from childhood until now, until you're going to die, don't forget you have to live to keep that promise alive. What did you say? You are our Lord. What is the first question is going to be asked to you in the grave? What is it? How much money you had? How many children you had? how many wives you had, how much wealth do you have, to women's other. How much you fight for this and for that, how much you run to the stores, how many powder you put in your face to look more better to others. What is it going to be questioned? You know. Who is your Lord? That's all. Who is your Lord? That's what is going to be questioned to you. And are you going to be able to do it just like Hazreti Ömer? Turning around and punching that one, saying, who are you to ask me this question? Says, I live all this time with my Lord. Now in the grave you're coming to ask me this question? You think just that is separating me to my Lord and is knocking? Are you going to be able to say that? Yes. Or you're not. Whatever is your Lord that time, that's what you're going to say. Whatever you worship, whatever you run after, that's what you're going to say. Yes, exactly. So wake up to yourself and understand the promise that you have given. Alastu bi rabbikum qalu bala. Now, when Jibril alayhi salam coming down and looking, and everyone is sad and smiling, and even Prophet is surprised alayhi salatu wasalam, and the Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam saying, Ya Jibril, we all said every time you coming, giving us a good news, we smile, you smile. Sad news, we are sad, you are sad. This is very sad situation. You are smiling and saying, you will know, Ya Rasulallah. You will know when time comes. And years pass, reaching to Medina, and those animal characteristic ones, they didn't sit alone in Mecca. They came to Medina to finish the Prophet and all those companions around him. Abu Jahl was the one who was leading everybody there. And Abu Jahl died in that war. First war, he died in that war. Allah is teaching lesson also to us at the same time. And Holy Prophet saying, Holy Prophet is keeping Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh behind. He didn't send him to the war zone, because saying so many animals there, 1, 2, 3, they may finish Ibn Mas'ud. Ibn Mas'ud, we need it. He is the walking library of Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. So he keep him behind. So when the war finished, saying to him, Ya Ibn Mas'ud, now you take your sword too. Imagine, Ibn Mas'ud is a short guy, and he doesn't have too much physical power, so he cannot carry a big sword too. What happened to my sword from you? Huh? Put the sword properly. Foolish ones removing the sword from here too. The best. Keep the sword alive. Just the sunnat. That was the sunnat. In the old days, people, they go up to give khutbah with the sword. Now, they go with a suit and tie. Yeah. Their head is open, and their thing is open too. Wearing pants, everything is open. Puh to you. You're calling themselves Ehli Sunnat. Puh, rezil herifler. Yes. Anyway, leave that one out now. Let's go back to this. So Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh saying, Prophet saying to him, take your sword and go. And he's saying to him, I don't think that the Prophet didn't know anything too. When Jibril alayhi salam came, but he is showing lesson to us, teaching us the lesson that there is situations that it happens that you don't just smile, you don't just laugh. You don't just joke around. There is time for sadness. There is time for happiness. There is time for everything in Islam. So the Holy Prophet teaching lesson to the whole world. So if you hold on tightly to the Prophet, definitely you're not going to move to the wrong direction. Doesn't matter who you are, you're going to find the right road again. So the Holy Prophet saying to Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh, saying, take your sword and go and look for Abu Jahl too. And he said to him, if you find him, look around. If there is ones that they are not dead and they are suffering, cut their neck off. You will be receiving also a big reward. And Ibn Mas'ud came looking, and he found Abu Jahl. And Abu Jahl is laying down, suffering there. And Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh came, and he stepped right on his chest. And Abu Jahl opened his eyes looking, saying, who is that one? Saying to him, you're a slave, Ya Abu Jahl. Once upon a time I was your slave. Now I am here to finish you, because you didn't become servant to Allah. You rise against to La ilaha illallah. You rise against to Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. So Allah Jalla wa ala subhanahu wa ta'ala to a slave like me, making to take your life. That Abu Jahl, he was one of the very famous, rich, and authority of that time. Saying, I am here to finish you. And he's saying to him, Abu Jahl, his heart was full with anger and the kin, hatred against the Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Hasha astaghfirullah. If you were to just open one door, the love enters into heart and is going to remove everything. He didn't. He shut every door that the Holy Prophet reached to him. In every side, he shut every door. And every time shutting the door, he's filling up with more anger, more hate toward to the Prophet ﷺ. More he is seeing Prophet ﷺ rising, getting stronger, more hate is reaching to his heart. And he live with that. How he's going to die? He's going to die with it. And he's saying to Ibn Mas'ud radiallahu anh, saying to him, say to that orphan, you see, he didn't even say to Muhammad alayhi salam. He didn't want to use his name. Saying to him, say to him that he will wish to be here this minute. That he will think that in the last minute, maybe Abu Jahl will say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. He says, say to him that I am going out from this world with the anger and the hate I have in my heart, with millions of times more. Hasha astaghfirullah. And he's saying to Ibn Mas'ud, saying, with your little sword, you cannot do anything. I didn't fit this neck for that little sword. He says, take my sword is big. This way you can cut my neck off. And he says, don't worry. So Ibn Mas'ud hitting one time, cutting his neck off. And he cannot carry his head. It's so heavy. So he hit it to the spear like that, and he starts dragging his head, bringing it toward to the Prophet ﷺ. And that time, Holy Prophet is sitting, and other companions. And the Jibril ﷺ coming down again, is smiling, and saying, Holy Prophet saying, what is it, Ya Jibril? You coming and smiling? And he says, you will see, Ya Rasulullah. You will see what's coming. And the Ibn Mas'ud is coming in, and saying to him, Ya Rasulullah, the day that Abu Jahl hit Ibn Mas'ud, and he cut his ear, and he come bleeding, and I was smiling, this is what Allah has showing to me. I have asked, saying, Ya Rabbi, Ibn Mas'ud is so good for the Prophet ﷺ, and Abu Jahl did this to him. And he's saying to me, look at the end of Abu Jahl. And he showed this to me. And I have seen this, Ya Rasulullah. That's why I was so happy seeing that Allah Jalla wa Ala, Qissas in Islam, is giving ear to ear, and he is giving the head as a present to Ibn Masud. Abu Jahl's head is no good for nothing anyway, but it's showing what Allah is giving. Anyway, so the Holy Prophet is circling around and taking all those dead bodies also, and there is a well there, and saying, dump them into that well. And they all dump them into the well. It is another problem to a man that is not even buried properly. And Holy Prophet came in front of that well, and he's speaking to Abu Jahl and all the other ones, saying to them, more than 70 mushrik, the heads, big heads, they were in there, and saying to them, now you see, now did you see what Allah has promised me? He keep his promise that Allah sent his angels down to help the Holy Prophet ﷺ. 3,000 angels came down in that Badr war. And Allah Jalla wa Ala subhanahu wa ta'ala promising in the Quran Kareem 3,000, and we will send 5 more thousand later. 3,000 came to help Prophet ﷺ. 5,000 is coming to help Mahdi ﷺ. Don't think that the Mahdi ﷺ needs you and me, or some foolish ones that they are talking so much about Mahdi ﷺ, and they are thinking bringing the power of Mahdi ﷺ so low levels, because thinking that they are like a bartenders, they think that they are Mahdi. Mahdi is just going to be like that. Yes, wait and see what's coming. Wait and see. Or some sheikhs running here and there saying, Mahdi is coming. He's not going to have sword. He's not even going to have knife. He's going to have flowers. He's going to give flowers. Wait to see, you sheikh too. Whatever you are. Whoever you are. Doesn't matter. The unbelievers, they don't believe anyway. They look at us, they say, these ones are lunatics. They're thinking such a thing. This one says, no, we have no problem with them. It's okay. You wait too. Look what happens to your technology. Look. You wait. It came to the end. So, Holy Prophet ﷺ coming to that well, and he's speaking to them and saying to them, Allah he kept his promise to me. Now you see, do you believe me now? Did he keep the promise to you? What kind of trouble you have entered now? Now you see it. You couldn't open your mouth to say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah one time. Now you entering into endless trouble, deepless problems forever. That's for those people who's living now. At least say one time. At least one time say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. You're going to find safety. Not saying La ilaha illallah only, then to say Jesus is Allah and this. No. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Then you'll find safety, inshallah rahman. So that time, Holy Prophet ﷺ is speaking to Abu Jahl, and Umar radiallahu anh is standing there saying, Ya Rasulullah, aren't they dead? Are they hearing you? And Holy Prophet is looking at him saying, Ya Umar, you are not hearing me better than them. They are hearing me more better than you. Only thing that they cannot do, they cannot respond back anymore. So, how you think Abu Jahl is now? Do you think that the Abu Jahl is enjoying the Akhirat life or the beginning of the Akhirat life? No, he's not. No. Don't let anybody to fool you that way. He had all that life. He has so many signs. He didn't say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah one time. And as he's saying, he went out from this world with more anger, more hate toward Holy Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. Abu Lahab is not like that. Abu Lahab, surah came down for Abu Lahab. There is no surah about Abu Jahl. But to Abu Lahab, there is a surah came down and saying that he is in hellfire forever. Him and his wife. Some sheikhs, they are calling me Abu Lahab. I just... I'm wondering from where they're taking that knowledge. From Abu Lahab or Abu Jahl. But they do sometimes. Anyway, Abu Lahab, that surah came to him, and Allah is speaking about him, that he's going to be in hell forever. But the Holy Prophet ﷺ saying, Allah Jalla wa ala subhanahu wa ta'ala is lifting the punishment from Abu Lahab every Monday. Every Monday there will be no punishment to Abu Lahab. Because the day that I have born, when his slave came to him and they said to him, Ya Abu Lahab, we have a good news to you. You just have a boy. Your brother has a boy. And he got so happy because it's not girl but it's a boy. So they don't have to kill him. He got so happy and he gave that slave his freedom. Not only giving him his freedom, he's giving him some big amount of wealth that he became master. He will be no longer his slave. He says, because he got so happy that I was a boy, I wasn't a girl, just because of that happiness, Allah Jalla wa ala is lifting the punishment from him every Monday. Oh, Wahhabi idea people, or all those who's against to Mawlid, and they are saying we are committing shirk. What happened to your head? What happened to your knowledge? Definitely Shaitan put some urine in your head. That's why you think like that. You know this. They know this one. They know the surah, they know the hadith that the Holy Prophet is saying. But still they are talking this way. So, the whole fight in the world today, again and again, we're going to say to you to understand, to finish Ahl Sunnah, to finish the understanding and the lifestyle that the Sunnah that the people they are living, following the footsteps of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. If you are not following the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, your lifestyle is according to moda, fashion. Yes, fashion. Everything is fashion in these days. Males and females. Oh, those imams, they are wearing nice suit and tie. 6 months later, you see, or 3 months now, they're not wearing the same jacket, never again. And what happened? Yeah, Imam. Saying fashion change. It's no longer 3 buttons, now we have 2 buttons. Or we have this, that way. And they are daring, so many imams and sheikhs, because they are following the fashion of the kafirs and unbelievers. And they are turning around and they are daring to say, well, if Prophet was living this time, he was just going to wear like me, suit and tie. Or we have one Kart Zampara is sitting over there, wearing his shirt all the way open like this, wearing Gucci Mucci shirts, and saying if Prophet was this time, it will be like this. Puh, rezil herifler. Yes, wake up to yourself. Only way to safety, not only to Muslims, to whole world, because Islam came to whole nations and whole people. Only safety comes with La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. And if you want your life to find some taste, then you have to leave Islam as Holy Prophet left. Sunnat, you have to put the sunnat in your life. Otherwise, this dunya is already disaster. You're going to make more disaster to yourself every single day that is passing. But everything came to the end. So wake up to yourself as you like. If you want to wake up, wake up. If you want to sleep, sleep. But the whip will make you to wake up that time. Ve minallahu tevfik ve hürmetil Habib ve hürmeti Fatiha. İlah şerefine. Fatiha. Amin. Selamun Aleyküm. Rahmetullah ve Berekatuhu.